We haven't actually done that many lessons.
Have we not? No, we haven't actually. Now that you say, I think it's because there was such a big gap between the first one and the second one that it feels like we've done more, but we haven't.
You've probably done more driving with your mum. Fine, I'm not jealous.
I don't know. I drive better with you.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe it's all of your mums.
Maybe it's a little bit. My mum's just. It's the flinch. It's the Annie. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, fair enough.
You definitely wouldn't have been this good without it though. So.
Yeah, that's
still
true.
good.
That's very true.
Annie's back, and we're going to learn something new today. We're also going to close the windows.
Nice.
It can be cool as well. Annie's back, and we're going to learn something new today. Emergency stops. Haven't done an emergency stop yet, but you've been looking at them and seeing how it works.
Yeah, it's like slam basically both feet on the clutch and the brake at the same time, like as hard as you can, and make stuff fly off the back seat.
Teach me.
Okay.
If you want. If not, then I can just explain it.
No, okay, so I think like it's one of those ones where I've seen videos and stuff and people are like, oh, what the instructor will do is they'll like, you'll know it's coming, because they'll be like, I might ask you to do an emergency stop. But all the videos I've seen online are like, the instructor will actually like look at all the mirrors in the car and like make a very obvious effort to like check behind and then just be like, stop!
Yeah.
And then you've got to be like, literally like, brake, clutch, same time.
That's the one,
as hard as you can. And it can't just be the brake, it has to be the clutch as well.
Why?
Because otherwise then you run the car doesn't stop properly or something to do with stalling.
Something to do with stalling, yes.
Like,
let me explain.
Okay, yeah.
So, why do we do an emergency stop?
In case there's like a child.
Yeah, like it's actually used for and you actually need it.
Yeah.
And it's not because like emergency stops are particularly difficult. It's just like to get your reaction to a dangerous or shocking situation to be the correct reaction.
Right.
Are you scared of like spiders, snakes? What are you scared of?
Needles.
Needles.
Yeah.
So if I brought out a needle right now and go, ah! Yeah, that reaction. That is the exact reaction that you will do if someone ran out in front of you.
Yeah.
Flinch.
Yeah.
Or freeze.
Yeah.
Which is the worst reaction to have in a car.
Right.
Because then the car carries on and runs whatever you're flinching about over.
Yeah.
So we need to then train up our reflex and our reaction to be something more productive, which is just don't think and brake.
Don't think and brake.
Yes.
I can do the don't think bit already, so that's fine.
Which is why we always say, like, don't check the mirror. There's just the one thing you do if something's happening immediately in front of you is stop the car.
Yeah.
And you're going to do that with one pedal, just the brake.
Just the brake.
You said brake and clutch at the same time.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say the brake is the only important bit. And the only time when your examiner won't mind if you stall or even mark it on your test is on your emergency stop.
Okay.
Like you forgot the clutch, no problem. You saved the kid's life.
Okay, good to know.
A person rammed into the back of you because you didn't check the mirror, no problem. You saved that family.
Yeah, okay.
We'd rather fix that on insurance than, well, you can't.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
So we understand why, but let's think about how. So we're driving along. Bob stumbles out of Wetherspoons and falls into the road in front of your car.
Right.
Why would we not press the brake and clutch at the same time? Think. Actually, why would that be less productive than just smashing on the brake by itself?
Because then the car wouldn't be in gear and it'd be harder to control.
Yeah, actually. Think about how your car goes along when you take your feet off the pedals. Does it like just coast like a Hot Wheels car down the hill, or does it actually slow down?
It slows down.
Right, it slows down to a set speed. That's called engine braking. If you press the clutch down, doesn't it feel more glidey?
Yeah, it does.
It does. When you coast around the corners, it's like, woo!
Yeah, it's like...
Right? It actually sometimes even speeds up if we've got a slight decline hill. So what we want to do is we want to get max engine braking and max braking force as possible so that we stop the car as quickly as possible.
Okay.
So eliminating half of your braking, not half, 10%, 20%, I don't know. Make that up.
Like,
some of your braking force will be unproductive. So we go brake on, brake, then clutch down just before we stop. And this is why, let's think about it, like motorway, big smash ahead of you.
Yeah.
70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. That's a lot of time that you need to brake. So putting the clutch down would make you stop quite a significant amount down the motorway than if you just braked.
Yeah.
In this situation, no, not really going to be an issue. We're braking from 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
20, 10, I'm stopped.
Yeah.
So if you did put the clutch down and the brake down at the same time on your test, not a drama, but you just need to understand why that's not correct.
Okay, that makes sense,
Then, once we've stopped, we're going to want to like, whoo, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Handbrake in neutral.
Yeah.
And then you can go first gear.
Check around the car.
What's going on around me?
Yeah.
Because we've stopped in the middle of the road. What if there's a cyclist coming past?
Yeah.
And I've had this on a driving test before. There was a car overtaking at the time. I was sitting in the back, and the examiner was like, lucky you checked there. Yeah, so that's what we're looking for. Like 10 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, you don't need to, but the one time is when there's a car overtaking
10
and you didn't see
times out
it.
of 10, there's nothing there. Just go.
Never. Sick, makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
So how they do this on the driving test, it's not random. At the beginning of your driving test, they'll say the same speech to everyone. We're going to do one manoeuvre and maybe an emergency stop.
Yeah.
They say that to everyone. But if they're actually going to give you an emergency stop, you'll stop at the side of the road and you'll get this next speech.
Oh.
The next thing we're going to do is perform an emergency stop. When I raise my right hand and say stop, you will stop the car as quickly and as safely as possible. Do you understand? You'll say yes, and then they'll say drive on. Now it's imminent.
Okay.
But still not scary. Your heart will be like, oh, bloody hell.
Okay, it's happening.
Ba-dum. Let's go, I'm ready.
Yeah.
But then they'll go, stop. Like, oh, surprise.
Yeah, like, wee.
Yeah.
Do they ever do like, like?
No,
Okay,
definitely not, never.
Good, okay, good. It's like, salami, no.
So it's not scary, it's not difficult.
Okay, good.
It's just like sometimes you get it. 1 in 3 driving tests get this.
Okay.
And like you could do it without any practice, to be fair, but it's better that you know how to do it properly.
Yeah. So
everybody should know this, so that when someone jumps out in front of them, which does happen, or like a car just slams on in front of you, you know how to deal with it correctly.
Oh, I have a question.
Go.
I hear a lot, this is about like emergency braking as a whole, that you shouldn't brake for animals. Like, if a deer jumps out in the road, legally, this is what I've heard, you're meant to keep going and you're meant to hit animals, which I personally don't think I could do, because if I killed Bambi's mum, I don't think I could live with myself.
I think there's something like that. It's not deer, because that would like smash your car up. I think it's cats. Yeah. Not legally, like just recommended.
That you keep going.
Keep going and run them over. And rabbits and stuff like that, like small vermin, wildlife type creatures. Just keep going, run them over, because then the risk to human life is worth more than if there's a car behind you and you don't know or whatever. I don't know. I would do the same. Cat runs out, I'm braking for that guy.
Okay, good. Okay, right, that does make sense. But yeah, in my head I was like, if Bambi's mum comes bounding out, you're meant to just...
I think if you ran into a deer at full force, you'd write your car off.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Those things are heavy.
Yeah.
No windscreen.
You'd be calling breakdown and your insurance company. You ain't getting home.
And the church. Like, I just hit a deer. Like,
bro, we're eating more tonight. Didn't say that.
Brutal. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're not hitting deers. Let's draw a line under that.
One more thing that you need to know about emergency stops, to understand how the car works. If you understand the mechanics, then it makes it make more sense.
Okay.
ABS, anti-lock braking system. Know what it is? Get what it does?
I know that if they say, how do you check, like, tell me how you know that you want to
the show me tell me
braking
question.
lock question's working, and like look for the light. But other than that.
Okay. So ABS, anti-lock braking system, is a little bit in your car's computer that detects wheel spin.
Okay.
Or under rotation. So imagine your car on ice, driving along on the ice. There's such little friction and grip. If you press the brakes, the wheels would probably just stop moving, but your car would go whoop, keep going.
Yeah.
There's so much weight and momentum in the car that even on tarmac, if you press the brakes hard enough, that would still happen.
Okay.
Where your wheels would stop moving, but the momentum and weight would keep going.
And you'd skid.
And you'd skid out of control because the wheels aren't turning, you lose steering, and your back could overtake the front. You just basically skid out of control.
Right.
So there's a thing in the car called anti-lock brakes, which will detect, oh, those wheels, that wheel, or all the wheels are now not moving or about to, and it will limit your braking to the point where you're still in control of the car.
Okay.
Which means that you brake as hard as possible, and then the car decides this much.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
And you'll feel ABS in your brake foot as a crunchy kind of feeling.
Okay.
Feels weird, but keep it down, that's good.
Okay.
If you hit a tree though and didn't feel ABS, could you have braked harder?
How far away was I from this tree?
Like, however far. Like, I'm 10 meters from the tree, I'm seeing the tree, I look up, oh, there's a tree, surprise! And then you try and brake, soft braking, you didn't feel the ABS. you'd come back after that and be like, didn't feel ABS.
Yeah, didn't.
Could have probably braked harder.
Yeah, could have braked
So in
harder.
an emergency situation, that's how we want to test if it's good enough. We want to be feeling that ABS.
Okay.
And that's a good emergency stop.
Okay.
Shall we have a go?
Yeah, let's have a go.
Cool.
Let's do this.
And this shouldn't be like comfortable. It's violent.
Okay. Say less. Let's go. Right.
So this is where you go, you want violent? Watch this.
Yeah. No, my head is just running. You want some real speed, bitch? But I can't say these things. Oh, people really just like, okay, checking around the car. And there are people coming, so I'll wait for this guy to go, but I will also indicate. Because I'm pulling away from the curb. Oh, that's the brum. Yeah, your biting point is much higher than my mum's car.
We love it. A bath broom is big broom.
It's just big broom.
We're going to take the next road on the right.
Next road on the right, mirror, signal, position, and speed.
Okay, cool. For the first one,
yes.
I'm going to count you down, so it's not a surprise.
Okay.
So we can practice and work on it together.
Mm-hmm.
What I want you to do is smash the brake on as hard and as fast as possible and then put the clutch down.
Okay.
Immediately after. So
Okay.
boom, boom, brake, clutch, stop.
Okay.
Cool, let's get some speed on.
Okay. Still 20
Lots
around
more
here.
speed. Let's go, let's go,
It's
let's
20.
go, let's go. Yeah, and you're doing like 15, 17.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, stop! Fuck me!
Okay.
Jesus Christ, Annie. I said violent and you were like,
Are you
served.
Yeah.
Sick. So next we go first gear. Forgot what I was doing then. Check around the car.
Yeah. No,
You can go handbrake off and move if it's clear.
Handbrake off. Gonna move now. And I didn't stall that.
You didn't stall. That was a perfect emergency stop. Wow.
Okay.
Need to collect my thoughts after that.
You know the feeling after you go on a roller coaster?
Yeah.
Because you get like whipped. That's what I've got right now.
Okay. Wow.
I'm gonna get the giggles.
Most people don't do that. They're like, oh, ew, brake
really?
softly. Yeah, and then
Well,
you have to do the whole speech about, oh yeah, brake harder, let's turn left.
Turn left.
I'm definitely going to do that again.
Okay.
And this time I won't tell you what's coming. I'm just going to surprise
Okay.
you. Let's take the next left at the mini roundabout
Next left at the mini roundabout. Okay.
and get up to speed, like of the
Okay.
safe speed of the road, which is probably 20, definitely 20.
Okay. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's straight over, and then it's. Oh god, that's like a double mini roundabout. That's minging. Whee. Is this the road with the guys on? Nope. Oh, the pretty blossom. Okay.
Stop! Drive on.
I'm out of scream on my chest. Handbrake on. Yes, it is.
Nice. Really good.
Okay.
Really good emergency stop. We don't even need to talk about the clutch. You know why that car stalled?
Because I didn't put my foot down.
Didn't put the clutch down before you stopped. Yeah,
Yeah.
easy. But the rest was absolutely perfect.
Okay.
Very nice, very hard brake.
Yeah.
Looked around. That's all we need to do.
Okay. Will I fail if I scream?
No.
Okay, good.
Examiner will find that funny. Let's turn left. And I guess you were expecting it on that one.
A little bit.
Yeah, because I looked around, even though I was being silly with it. Still expected, not a surprise.
Yeah.
So in real life though, it happens as a surprise. So you remember in the highway code where it talks about thinking distance and stopping distance?
Yeah.
Did you read the highway code? You're like, yeah, confident, yeah,
Well, no,
I remember that.
Well, no, I just remember it from doing my theory.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. So that's where it's like, oh, you will react a lot slower because then your brain has to process it, but actually you're expecting it today. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
makes sense.
It does make sense. I just know your stopping distance is not.
Stop!
Oh my Christ! You scared me massively because there was a car behind. I was like,
Miles off.
Miles off.
Annie, what was that? Oh, fail. Big fat fail.
Was that a fail?
Big fat fail.
If you fail your emergency stop, do you fail your test?
Let's turn left. Yes.
Okay, good to know. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to turn that off there.
Let's stop on the right. Big space. Okay, I was trying to surprise you by waffling about thinking distance.
Yeah.
So you were then off the scent of we're doing emergency stops.
Right.
And actually it illustrates the point where you're not concentrating or thinking about it. Your brain is like, what? Freeze.
Yeah.
Let's do, what? Nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the reason I didn't want to is because I could see a car in my rear view.
Oh, there was like a corner behind us.
Okay, sorry.
But there, yeah, the rear checking is not what we're doing.
No, it's
we're
just stopping.
Stopping for the thing.
Yeah.
So emergency stops are a bit of fun, but actually,
yeah,
when it's a real situation, do you react the same? Which is why on lessons you go over this a couple times.
Yeah.
Like we're doing today.
Yeah.
You asked about failing. What do you fail in an emergency stop on? Good info. Steering while you're stopping, because that could help you skid out.
Okay, yeah.
Not reacting at all.
Okay.
Reacting way too slowly. Not just too slowly, reacting way too slowly.
Yeah.
If you don't react at all, did I say that one? If you brake really smoothly, like, oh, I'm just casually coming to a stop. Yeah, that's not an emergency. You just killed everyone.
Yeah.
What else? Not looking around when you set off.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't necessarily have to put your handbrake on and go into neutral. I just feel it's a good full stop.
Yeah.
For you to then go, whew.
Did it, yeah.
What's next? Remember the checks.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because it's nice, because I do that every time I stop on like the side of the road and look around anyway, so I feel like it's a nice little like just routine thing to do.
Yeah.
Like it's like handbrake, neutral, and then you do that, okay,
next.
First handbrake, look around.
Yeah.
That's like the best way of like describing it in my head. Rather than being like, okay, first like keep driving, it's like, no, you've actually stopped. You've had to do the handbrake thing, and that means you keep going, and that means you look around. Yes,
it's the break in your head before like all of the calm and before the shouty turns into calm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sick. Do you want to keep going? Do you want to do it a couple more times?
Let's do it a couple more times.
I'll be sensible and not surprise you.
Okay.
Yeah, like it would be on the test.
Yeah, like, because I feel like on the test it's
So I won't warn you, but I'll like do it like they do on the test. Annie, stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
What?
What have I not done?
Signal. Yeah.
Sorry. I was like, wait, what? Because there was no one behind me, but okay, yeah, you're right.
Ah, okay. So were you thinking of the thing where people say, oh, if there's no one around to signal to, I don't need to signal?
Yeah, but should I just do it anyway without
just
be
probs,
like good practice?
Because like, what if someone's thinking to pull away in one of these cars, or like there's workmen here around there?
Oh yeah,
Would they need to know that we're pulling away? In London, like there could be anyone anywhere.
Yeah, true. So just do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Just do it. This blossom is so pretty.
You're not gonna wear my indicators out.
Okay,
so
just overuse.
Use them. Like you always say with the looking around, I'd rather overdo it than underdo it.
True. Yeah, very
For real.
true.
Definitely. Stop! Oh, she was so ready for that. And I heard the ABS.
I felt it,
You felt, yeah.
Is that it?
Sick.
I think I stalled as well. Oh, did I? Yeah. Okay.
Drive on when you're ready. They'll say that too.
Okay, cool.
No, they'll say, thanks, I won't ask you to do that again. Drive on.
Okay, sick. I'm glad they won't ask me to do that again. Because that's quite an aggressive thing to do.
Easier than you thought it would be?
Yeah.
Less to it. Anyway.
Yeah, there's much less to it.
I've given you a load of information, stuff that's useful and stuff you need to know. Let's turn left.
Turning left.
But for the driving test bit, it's quite simple.
Yeah. Okay, that's a horrible place to park your car.
Might just get one more in for Bants. Maybe. Just that. How's your heart? How's your nerves?
Nerves are okay actually.
Nerves are not shot to bits.
No, they're not shot to bits. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Fine. Good. Fun doing emergency stops. I quite like it.
It is fun actually.
It's a fun lesson that I quite like to do.
It is because it's so like because you usually like one thing you are taught is to be super safe and super smooth and not very like jumpy with a car. But then as soon as you're like,
let's turn right.
Turning
Sorry,
right.
That was late.
And it's a roundabout and they got there first, but they're indicating that way, so that's fine.
Nice.
And I didn't mean to drive over that, but I had no choice.
Ooh, police car.
La policía.
Yeah, it's a thing that you have to really kind of get. Stop!
Is that okay?
It's really good. And you put the clutch down. So I see.
Oh, good to know. And if there's a policeman in that car. Oh, yeah, okay, handbrake's on. Oh, that was a stall. Hang on. Right. Right, neutral. Handbrake's on. Okay. Chill. Look around the car. Would that have been a fail?
For what?
For stalling? No.
I would say that it's very hard to fail for stalling. It's something
Okay.
that a lot of people worried about, but it's very hard to fail for stalling.
Okay, yeah.
Like, think of how a stall could be dangerous or illegal.
Right, yeah.
Or against the rules. That's what a fail is.
Oh my god, there's 3 of them in there. Brilliant. Enjoy the show, lads.
Turn right at the end.
Turn right at the end. Okay, mirror signal.
If you stall in the middle of a junction and can't get going again, cool, you're going to fail.
Right.
If you stalled in the middle of a junction, you've done that just this morning.
Yeah.
And you got going again easy.
Yeah.
No problem. Like, you're not going to fail for stalling.
No, okay, yeah, true. And also, my mum stalls, everyone stalls.
Yeah, we switch back on, it's cool. You're going to get minor, but like, who cares about that?
Yeah.
Fine.
Cool.
Fantastic.